good, everybody? Inada here, back with another Shinobi Striker video. Today we'll be going over another jutsu by adult Sasuke, Inferno Style Flame Lightning. Don't forget, if you'd like a jutsu featured in a Shinobi Tactics video, all you have to do is name the jutsu of your choice in the comments and hope your comment gets the most likes. So if you're a range type looking to apply pressure to your enemies, become an almost inescapable attacking machine, or you just want to be able to say, "Get over here!" in your battles, then this is definitely the video for you. However, if you don't fit to any of those categories, stick around until the end of the video because I might just say something that you didn't already know about. Today's Shinobi Tactics question is, what is your favorite Diva Path ability? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. And with that said, let's jump into today's episode of Inada's Shinobi Tactics. Inferno Style Flame Lightning is a range type technique that you learn from adult Sasuke at training rank 1. It has an 18-second cooldown duration. Inferno Style Flame Lightning's description reads, pulls the enemy forward with universal pull, then skewers them with a spear wreathed in black flame. The enemy is then sent flying and receives continuous burn damage. It also lowers the enemy's health recovery. Inferno Style Flame Lightning isn't a technique that you want to use while close to your enemy. And since you're stuck in place the whole time you're pulling your target towards you, it's very easy for you to be attacked while staying still, which will cancel out the technique. So, although there's a lot of benefits of using Flame Lightning, it also has some drawbacks, all of them having to deal with being stuck in that position. First, try not to use it on somebody who's being attacked by your teammates, or you're going to be stuck in position for a while, because if they get hit after you start the pull, it cancels the technique, which will leave you wide open. Second, if your opponent is behind an obstacle, don't use it because they'll bump into it and stop being pulled, which will leave you wide open. And third, don't use it while your opponent is getting off of the ground because if you don't time it right, the pull will miss completely, which, yeah, you guessed it, will leave you wide open. However, if you're able to knock your opponent down to where there's a bounce, you should still be able to land it. Even if you can avoid those three, sometimes this jutsu can still leave you in a bad spot because it tends to drop sometimes. I'm not sure what causes it to randomly drop like that. I think it may just be latency issues. The weird part about this jutsu is although I said don't use it if there's an obstacle between you and your opponent, sometimes it can pull an enemy around corners with no problem. I'm just assuming this, but I think if it's a round obstacle, it'll just slide them around it instead of latching them onto it. One good thing though about being stuck in place is some people think that because you're stuck there, that means they can attack you afterwards. If the person you try to pull towards you gets close enough while you're stuck in that position, you'll still expel the black flames and hit them with it like you would normally do. I did find out though, if you combine Inferno Style Flame Lightning with Heavenly Hand Power, it's actually very easy to land while also making sure you don't do any of the three things I told you not to do.
That's it, Inferno Style Flame Lightning!
Did you see that, Mom? I did the thing!
Now that we've gone over how not to use this technique and ways to land it better, let's talk about what happens once you do land with this technique. As the description says, you skewer your enemy with a spear wreathed in black flame and the enemy is sent flying while receiving continuous burn damage. Because of the way Flame Lightning sends your opponent flying, it can be comboed into your taijutsu attacks very easily. Because it gives them a type of barrel roll effect, you can quickly charge in on your opponent to extend your combo. And with the burn damage that they're receiving over time, by the time you end your combo, they should have lost a lot of health. The burn damage is usually good enough to where if the enemy team doesn't have a healer, after I hit someone with Flame Lightning, I don't even bother attacking them anymore and just let them burn to death.
Oh, the disrespect!
Another thing that I really like about Flame Lightning is it gives you the ability to basically control the battlefield, dragging people wherever you want to free up space for your team members or just so you can pull an enemy away from their objective. Flame Lightning is definitely top tier when it comes to using it to either extend combos or to start a combo. More experienced players know this, and because of that, it's also a good move to use for wasting your opponent's subs. Because of its combo potential, most of the players hit by Flame Lightning will instantly sub to avoid any type of additional damage you can deal through combos you may start after hitting them with it. And because people usually do that, instead of keeping your lock onto them the entire time, once you know they're in a clear path and have no way escaping Flame Lightning, something I do is sometimes take my lock off of them and put my camera behind me to wait for them to sub. This won't work if they're using substitution jutsu, high speed movement, or a swift step though, because they'll end up subbing in front of you instead. If you're the type of player that goes more for the team kills, this jutsu is also good for that. If you pull an enemy into the middle of your team, it shouldn't take you guys long to get the kill. The same method can also be used to stop people from running away if you see someone who's down to their last bit of health. Because of its long activation time, when someone isn't in clear view, you can activate Flame Lightning early because it takes a moment for the pull to actually happen. But like I said before, you gotta be careful because sometimes the game does lag, which will once again leave you wide open. I use this technique because it's a good counter to some of the more annoying jutsu in the game. That's right, this jutsu can counter Hazan Strike, Demon Hunter, Sand Shield, both ninjutsu versions of Kamui, and yes, it can even counter the jutsu that healers love the most, Water Pillar. Although Flame Lightning doesn't have the best cooldown, the fact that it can counter so many techniques makes it worth it for me. It can also counter the starting animation of Majestic Destroyer Flame, but I wouldn't recommend doing it actively because of the strict timing it takes. Another bad thing about countering Majestic Destroyer Flame this way is that if you're too late and the fireball comes out, you have no way of dodging it. In Flag Battle, Inferno Style Flame Lightning can deal with just about every cheesy situation. When going against range or defense types that use Kamui, the pull alone deactivates their Kamui. You don't even have to hit them with the flames. Of course, if they are already carrying the flag, it's better if you actually hit them with it so that they also drop the flag. Speaking of dropping the flag, another feature that Flame Lightning can counter is Super Armor. One of the worst things brought to the game is the Universal Super Armor granted by the Purple Lightning Scientific Ninja Tool. When using Flame Lightning, you don't have to worry about that as much anymore. The pool doesn't deactivate their Super Armor. You have to actually connect with the flames. Once you hit them with the flames, their super armor is deactivated, but it won't make them drop the flag. It also doesn't make them perform the barrel roll, so you have to combo into your second ninjutsu, your ninja tool, or some close range combos to get them to drop the flag completely. When it comes to facing off against Sand Shield and Water Pillar users, you always want to save your Flame Lightning just for them. Although they're similar, Sand Shield and Water Pillar react differently against Flame Lightning. Sand Shield will deactivate as soon as they're pulled, while Water Pillar will only deactivate once you either pull them far enough away from the Water Pillar or they get hit with the flames. So to be safe, I always try to make sure I can pull them far enough away from the Water Pillar just in case I can't pull them all the way to me. This same method can be used for people who activate Super Armor or Spiky Human Boulder and just stay on your flag or base. Step away from the area and just pull them towards you, and that's one problem solved. And I'll leave this final tactic for you guys here. Inferno Style Flame Lightning can also pull enemies who are out of your maximum range, which makes this technique even better when picking off people from a distance. Even when they get out of your maximum range, you will still be able to pull them as long as you start the animation while your opponent is within range. This is definitely helpful when going up against somebody who's using Hazan Strike to run the flag. As with all things in Shinobi Striker, pulling them in this way will take some getting used to, but once you have it down, if you combine the range of your pull along with everything else I've said in this video, you can become the enemy team's worst nightmare in all game modes with this technique. And that's all for today's Shinobi Tactics video. Hopefully this video gave you some ideas on how to use Inferno Style Flame Lightning in your future battles. Let me know down in the comments if you learned anything new or if you think I missed anything that you feel is important. While you're at it, if you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Shinobi Striker content. If you're interested, you can also check out the videos on your screen right now to hold you over until my next video. Thanks for watching. My name is Inada, and we out here making major moves.